Okay guys, episode 4 of our Celestian Syndicate playthrough here, and I'm coming back after not playing for a couple of days, so I've had some time to think about what I want to try to do in the next couple of videos here, or a couple of sets of turns I guess. But basically, as one of the users pointed out in comments on one of the earlier videos, I should really start thinking about expanding. And so right now we've only found that there's somebody over here, but based on the way this land is shaped, I think expanding in this direction makes a lot of sense. And also it's a really strong sector right here if we're able to expand to it. So I think the move is going to be try to build a colonizer, get it to Traders Gardens, and then annex the Shining Continents Health Club, which we're going to have to clear out before we can do that. So in the meantime, we've got a new offensive weapon mod and tactical op that we can use. So static buildup and arc discharge, both pretty useful. We also completed the technologist from last video, and this gives us, looks like a piercing bow, a tier 3 primary weapon. And essentially the whole point of the bow is that you can avoid, it bypasses 4 armor on targets. So I guess in certain situations this could be a really useful item or primary weapon to use, but I don't think we'll replace our sniper rifle with it right now. The other thing to think about, so we're going to be getting a new hero soon. It's turn 8. We get a new hero in a couple of turns here. So in the meantime, now that that's kind of all out of the way, let's keep exploring. I think what we want to do is divide our two runners, hopefully to cover as much ground as possible. It looks like there's another, at least 2 sectors here of whoever owns this. I guess is Amazon's. I don't know if it's always by color or not, but I'm assuming that's Amazon over there. And so now this guy, I'd like to double back here and explore some of this area here. And we can see there's, oh crap, hopefully we don't get hit here. That was actually really dumb. Let's we have our first Psycho unit, which we will mod. Oh, and actually, before I forget, let's make sure we're modding our core army here. So we're definitely going to want to put the static buildup on each of our core indentured units. These guys are up to level, expert level. And once they have a bit more experience, 14 more experience, I think, on all of them, yep, they'll be prime rank, and they'll get an additional hex of range, which will make these guys really strong. So, and they've also got the exploitive target system, static buildup modules. These guys will pump out tons of damage once we get them back in tactical combat. Let's see here. We unlock operational effectiveness, so this gives us another doctrine to use, another doctrine slot. It also gives us 2 more tactical ops points and strategic ops points, and strength. So, but now we want frontiers facilities so we can build that colonizer, and we want to keep exploring, of course, so let's keep doing that. And let's stay away from, try to stay away from the mountains since our unit's not flying. And this is the DNA vault, which is going to recharge next turn. So the question is, do we want to stick around for another turn to get additional experience on our next combat? I think we do. I think you actually have to move into it to get the bonus, so we'll just wait here for now. Actually, wait a second. Let's see what these guys want to do. Is there something we can do? Do we want to turn this? It's not really that good of a spot. Should we take another colonizer unit? I mean, there's not really anything super great near here. But there is a, actually, no, we will turn this into a colony because we can get this celestial node over here to get additional influence per turn, which is going to come in really handy for us. So I think that makes sense. So we'll expand here, and annex this, and then we need to get our core army over to the health club over here to annex that eventually. So let's keep searching, avoiding his mountains as best we can, which doesn't seem to be working very well. And that's our turn. Oh, actually, before we forget, we need to use our other doctrine slot, so let's make sure we do that.
Operations primed
And I think the one that we're going to want is emissary. So this will give us double influence, basically, as we do quests for the NPC factions. So that should be pretty handy, I think. Okay, next turn. So we've expanded here. Yeah, not much going on in this sector here. I think we want to just let this one grow. I suppose we can build a science lab would be actually pretty helpful as well. But we'll go growth because eventually we're gonna get this exploitable spot over here as well. So let's do biofarm, and then do we want to waste? I feel like we want. I feel like we want to get our units over here sooner rather than later. But since we're here, we'll get the buff. That gives us that DNA vault buff, so we get additional experience on our next combat. I think that's worth doing. Oh, and here's our hero. Let's see, what did we get here? Marco Camello wants to join us, so let's take a look at this dude. Promethean, okay. He comes with strategic ops support. What else does he have? Piloting. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the hover bike as a what is this? Yeah, the motion suppressor. I'm not crazy about this. Maybe I think we're gonna recruit him definitely, but we're gonna maybe re-kit him. And let's think about how we would want to do it. We have our piercing bow, of course, that we already that we unlocked there earlier with the technologist quest. Maybe we'll go with that, or just another. Actually, you know what? Let's try the hover bike. I don't really use this hover bike very frequently. I know it has. So the cool thing is the attack does. It's single action, and you can deal through straight line 3 hex damage, which is kind of cool. It's going to give him a shield and two shields and an armor too to have this hover bike. So I guess we can try it for now. It might make sense to put a targeting system on this. I think we're going to do that at least. And then we of course need to give him a secondary weapon. We don't need the bolas because he's already got the motion suppressor. So it's basically motion suppressors, kind of like arc bolas, only it's the status check is against psionic versus kinetic for this one. So we'll just pick the revolver, I suppose. Not really. Doesn't really make a big difference, I suppose, but anyways, okay, so we're going to have a second unit. He'll eventually be able to do lots of damage as Promethean. And maybe let's get these guys over here because we're going to want to start making sure that the path is clear for our next colonizer. So we'll finish the Overseer next turn, and then let's build... Oh, and shit, actually, it was kind of a mistake because we're going to have to get 2 more turns of Cosmite before we can build our colonizer now. I shouldn't have upgraded him. I wasn't thinking. I thought we'd had more in reserves there. I wasn't thinking about that. Anyways, so we'll have to wait a few turns to get that accomplished. We get a food stash. And some other bullcrap unlocked that we don't really care about. What was this event? Oh yeah, we're friendly now with syndicates around the map. That's fine. Let's go to the next unit here. Another DNA vault there. Okay. There's a movement recharge here. Let's definitely do that. And we need to pick society research. So let's take... suppose we want this so we can use our exploitation for our capital colony. And let's see, is anything else to be done? I don't think so. Alright, let's get these guys back where we need them. And we have a... Let's link these armies up for this turn, and then we'll scoot them over here towards the gardens next turn. Let's see if we can't find... Okay, so yeah, it is the Amazons over here. Looks like he's got a couple armies over here as well. Okay. That's fine. In the meantime, there's a bunch of mountains here kind of cutting us off. Let's go north. Back this way. See what we can find. Still have to wait till next turn we'll be able to build our colonizer, but this turn let's build a... or actually, let's just do generate energy for one turn. And native threat locator, ops are ready to launch. I suppose, you know what we can do, just to get a sense of what this guy's working with. Let's use our
Operations primed and ready.
let's use our monitor right over here, and this will give us a good chance to look at what sort of units this guy. Okay, so he's at tier 2. He's got 2 biomancers and a huntress. It looks like these guys are really kitted out so far. Grounding harness, phase walk. Okay, so he's void tech, presumably. Yeah, void tech unit. Okay, so that's good to know. Does it tell us now? I wonder if it tells us on the diplomacy screen that we know that. Oh, we haven't met them yet, technically. Okay. Anyways, so... Okay, so he's got some units laying around. That's fine. Is this thing modded? No. No mods here. What about these guys? Same thing. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that section of the map here. This looks like his whole territory. And remember, if we're fighting Amazons, we do not want to be fighting them on forest tiles. They get additional morale benefits for doing that. So I guess we can actually queue up another monitor. And let's end our turn. Food event, that's great. And there we go, we finally meet these guys. Let's just close it. I'm not gonna interact with them yet. And a bunch of stuff. So let's do this one thing at a time. Spacers faction, what do you guys want? You guys want research, and the reward is more influence. So certainly we're going to accept that. And let's switch. Oh, it's actually okay. It's already set to the cure. Okay, we need a military research tech too, though. Let's start thinking about which direction we want to go here. We know Amazons are weak, relatively weak too. Oh, here's his heroes. Okay, let's just see what we're dealing with. Okay, he's getting psionic resistance from a collar or an instinct controller item. Lancer, Bioblaster, Void Bullets. That's interesting since he's a melee hero. Well, I guess he has the Lancer and Bioblaster, but okay, what about this hero? Swamp Camouflage. He's got 2 different types of camouflage, but nothing really dangerous on this guy yet. Incinerator modules. So thermal is going to be probably our biggest problem when we're fighting. I'm not too worried about the bio side of these guys. It's the thermal side that I think we're going to be worried about. So, okay. At any rate, we can build our we got to remember to build our colonizer. What would be useful? I think this is what we're going to want next. Dominion of Purification. This will give us a nice mod we can use on our overseer units, and potentially we can use this focus flames to counter because it gives so much thermal resistance um, to things that we're buffing. This could actually be pretty handy against the Amazons. But yeah, so let's make sure we build our colonizer, and then let's start clearing the path ahead here so we can make sure it's safe route to get to here where we're going to colonize next turn. We have another monitor we can deploy. What is this? Oh yeah, that's his army. Okay, he is modding this one with a bunch of stuff. Look at this. Mining laser, grounding harness, and yeah, see, this is going to be very thermal heavy units from the looks of it, so we'll have to be aware. Okay, he's got a third colony here. He's got at least three colonies. We could put another monitor over there, I suppose. Maybe we should, just to figure out okay, so that looks like it's probably the end of his territory there, or her territory, I suppose. Let's take a look at these really quickly. Which ones do which? So this is happiness. I don't care about happiness reward. Okay. Let's see. When can we annex this? I think in one turn? In 2 turns. We are going to need a unit to do that, though, so let's build it. Just a basic Syndicate runner. That'll actually work out nicely, because then in 2 turns we'll be able to annex this with no issues. Let's prime another monitor. Warmonger's unlocked, that's fine. Alright, let's start heading back here. What else can we find? Ooh. That's nice, a little bit of extra research. So this is a Kirko settlement here. Probably want to wipe this one out. Let's end turn. Okay. Yeah, we need to. There's such a pain in the ass here with this mountain range and the river cutting in between us. It's taking quite a bit of stuff there. We get reputation and favor for a little bit of energy. That's a good trade for us. And okay, at least we can go down this way. So yeah, this looks like the whole of the Amazon outlay here. We have another monitor ready for deployment. We have to find who else is on this map. It looks like they've got to be up here somewhere, I would imagine, but or presumably they could be down here. I think we would have seen some units though if they were. Alright, let's keep searching. Is there anything up here? Looks like some stuff to grab, all water-based stuff to grab over here. Alright, one more turn. Oh crap, you know what I've totally forgotten to do here? Well, actually, I guess it didn't matter because we didn't have Cosmite to use, but let's take this reward. I am going to want to mod we don't have enough Cosmite to do what I'd like to do here just yet, unfortunately. So this is a tier 3 Crystal Basher. This would be a little dangerous here. We're going to want to clear this out, but not with this very small army. That isn't really modded up
Production
yet.
ready.
Let's get back to, actually we'll do a rec dome, then we'll do energy after that. And you're heading here. So there's our cleansing pulse, actually could be pretty useful, and this is the mantra of clarity is the one that I want to definitely put on our overseers. And there's a couple ways I could do this too, because I'm going to want to clear this out. Be nice to get him a quick level 2. Marco, a quick level 2 here, and then have him join our army. Swap out the honeybee, or the worker bee, I always call them honeybees. Swap out the worker bee to be able to fight this battle here. I think that's going to be our plan. But sadly, so yeah, let's put the bee with this group now. And then next turn, I think we can hopefully win this fight without a whole lot of issue. Still going to be, actually, it's still going to be pretty tricky, to be honest. Let's put a collar. Let's put a collar on you, and then we're going to put the... Oh, and we just have enough, too. I want a cool... Yeah, that's cool enough, I guess. So now we'll be able to buff to a certain extent, actually, and we're going to want our... I think we're going to want our... Yeah, he's got so many shields. So the good news is we're going to ignore shields entirely. Yeah, we have to think about this. This is going to be an interesting next fight, I think, if we're going to try to be a little sneaky about this. So what has he been doing with his units? Hard to tell. Looks like he's getting attacked, actually, by a whole bunch of marauding units, so that's nice. Next unit. You guys can't move. Let's back up this way. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything that we definitely care about. Wouldn't appear like it. Alright. Double back this way. And you can't annex this yet. Oh, you can. Perfect. So we'll do that, and then there's a sea-based marauding army there. Alright, let's think, what do we need, what are we going to need next here? Are we going to use guild assassins? I'm not sure that we are. Let's think about, let's just knock off the next in the Celestian tree for now. And you can produce, yeah, you're happy enough. Let's produce energy here. Okay. Where do we stand with these guys again? Let's make sure. We have 15 piece to go. Okay. Yeah, so sadly, I mean, as much as we probably will use trucks at a certain point, but not right now. Not for any of the upcoming battles that we have. It's not worth purchasing a truck. Alright, let's end this turn, and then I think on the next turn we're going to at least get one tactical battle in for this video. And yeah, let's not even worry about these dudes yet. We have no way to attack them, so we don't want to declare war on them just yet. So the independents are attacking their militia. And they actually took over their one of their colonies there. That's actually pretty cool. If only I had my units already down here, I could make a run for this. Try to steal it. Sort of tempted to do that. Where's his... His core army's right here. They're going to get there far faster than I'll be able to get there, so it's not worth trying to get sneaky with that one. Okay, so who else do we need? Let's fight this battle. Let's bring one. I'm bringing one more overseer in here so that we can buff our psycho unit as needed. All right, we're definitely going to want to spread out quite a bit. Let's just try to spread them out here. This is the unit I'm most worried about. His sling crystal is on a cooldown, but it is a pretty good AoE attack, as you can see. So massive impact. So it's going to stun anything without stagger resistance. Or stagger anything without stagger resistance, I should say. It also has a chance to stun, also does 14 damage. It does take a full action, though, but sadly this guy's also stagger immune, I think, right? Yeah, so we can't even... We can't prevent him from using that skill. It's just a matter of making sure he doesn't crush us when he does use it. Let's try just, again, we're just going to kind of split up our group. And into two groups and see if we can sort of divide and then more effectively deal with these two. Okay, and then you... Let's try to draw them this direction here. Alright, this should be, I think, good enough. Let's see what they're going to do here. So yeah, there's his Sling Art Crystal. It's on a cooldown now. And it only hit one unit, so definitely a waste, I would say, for what they got out of that one. Huge flank attacks here or here. Let's try to kill. Yeah, let's make sure we get this big dog taken down first. Yeah, so 3, I don't think we're going to have enough. Can we get to here? And still, no, we can't. Crap. So he's going to be able to go. Let's move to here. We're going to have to kind of do this a bit carefully. Let's hunker down here. Here's our B. So clarity makes this unit easier to hit. And we get that because we have our Mantra of Clarity on the unit itself. Now, everything we can do, I think we're going to want to do this. Let's blind both of these units. Since we can't stagger this one, and this one I'm not super worried about, I think blinding is the best choice here. So 40% less accuracy on both of these guys. And that's fine. So I'm missing a graze there. Oh, perfect. That actually worked out really nicely. You can go... Let's pop our chemicals. And... Actually, yeah, we can do a nice little combo here.
Serves them right.
Actually, we can't do it because it'll just block us. Let's get a stagger in on this. Can we kill him? Yes, we can.
Enemy destroyed.
And yeah, I think we can actually kill this. Yep, he'll be dead. Easy battle.
Serves them right. The Syndicate
Now, hopefully this
rules
is
supreme.
going to give us a level for our hero. I don't think it will, actually, because we brought in the B. But we did get a bunch of energy out of it, I suppose. Alright, so I'll call it here for this video, just because it's been a lot of strategic stuff that we've been doing, looking around the map and thinking about expansion and so on and so forth. But in the next video, I'm going to fight 2 tactical battles pretty quickly here. We're going to fight this one, and then this one. We're going to clear this landmark out here. And I think in order to do that, I'm going to combine my 2 heroes into one army. These guys still on a DNA vault, which is nice. So we should get some levels, we should get some strength, and we'll have another expansion here in the next video. So it should be a good video. This one was a little bit dry, but hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. Thanks for watching.